stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarm.
Those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Dunn. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end. 3rd down here.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun. Dunn going for Hurd on the deep ball. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll throw from the gun. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. 19 yards.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that way.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, these two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. Throwing on first down. Done. This one into the hands of Hurd. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to Jalen Hurd. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the gun. Done. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 more there and another first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun. Done. His throw incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun. Done. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They will run for the first time here with White. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
A gain of 30.
Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle.
Complete.
Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, 49ers nothing.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Done. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Done. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun. Done. Under pressure, and down he goes. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. The Niners on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Operating from the gun. Done. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. They find some open field here. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time getting the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And his throw here is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Dunn winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here,
and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes moves and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Done. Open man is Samuel, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun. Done. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
On the tackle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
To throw on 2nd down. Done. That'll be incomplete, as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
For Deebo Samuel, incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now they try the right side here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
For San Francisco.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Going for Metcalf, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? You get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter. No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff looking right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Dunn. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at the 15. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Dunn. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. After the interception, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Dunn taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
56. Mike, Blair. 56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw again, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Wilson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the Seahawks.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
The tackle by...
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 49ers' 36-yard line.
Wilson will throw again. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Again, Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. On 1st down, Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
1st and goal.
23 yards on the play. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his 1st career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. The Niners on third down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Dunn, eluding the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
1st and 10.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Seahawks.
57. 57.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gregory. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Wilson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, that early momentum can